always his work my father cared about. His research. He tried to save his work. I tried to save him.
Okay, Dizzy. Take her up.
Hello there, Sera from 17 once again, introducing you to my Gears of War 3 Insane Difficulty video walkthrough. This is Act 5, Chapter 1, Home Away from Home. And we're finally in Azura, the medical facility that has been hidden away on the planet of Sera, hidden behind a giant tornado, a giant maelstrom of wind that was effectively a shield from the outside world. And what this place is pretty much a bunker for all the people that were rich or influential or important enough to qualify to be in it. So while the rest of Sera died and scavenged, this place was a tropical paradise. The only problem is now the Queen has found it and she sent her locust drones and soldiers in and they've taken over it. So now we need to get in. Watch this. How the hell did that miss? What the hell is that guy's head made of? Unbelievable. This first section here, there are a lot of Therons, there are a lot of Royal Guards, and you can completely skip it if you want, I believe, because you can stealth your way through this area. The only problem is, you have to do it very slowly, and I'm not in the mood for that when I play my Gears of War. I like to point, I like to shoot, and I like to watch heads bounce. So the best way to approach this, I always go the left way, I don't know why. It stems back from my love of an anime known as Vampire Hunter D, which is based on books by a pretty damn awesome writer that kind of gets destroyed in translation. And the guy had a parasite on his left hand which was a mouth, and it used to speak to him, and it was kind of his unorthodox companion. So for some reason, ever since I saw that and I got really into that, I've always chosen left because of the hand on D's, the person on D's hand, should I say. And it's just something I do. I don't know why. Something I've always done, and it works a charm for me. So when you come over here, there's going to be more reinforcements for the locust, and there's also a sniper rifle. So if you take your time with the torque bow and the sniper rifle, you have the equipment here to kill pretty much everybody. Obviously, if you shoot like that, you're not going to hit shit and look a retard. So take your time, pick your shots, and pop some faces. But these are pretty long levels, these ones. And they can be challenging. There's actually one area coming up where if you don't have a silverback, it is an absolute ball ache. And I find a secret room where you can get a one-shot. Oh god, that's a wretch. Be really careful. I should have died then. But luckily enough, he's fucked off. I don't know what he's doing. There he goes. He gets a nice chin sandwich. But there's a one-shot in this little storage cupboard that I'm going to show you, and I carried it all the way down to the beach because I knew there was going to be reavers. Oh, see you later. And I knew there was going to be just a boomer, a bunch of Therons, and I thought it would have helped me out. But what I did was, as I bypassed the Silverback's maintenance area where you can get in the machine, and when I came back to get it once I'd used the one-shot, the game had sealed the door, and I couldn't use it. So I tried to do the next section of the game on foot. And anybody that wants to do that, go ahead. That shit is tough. There are no checkpoints until you get in the cave, and inside the cave is a boomer, a ton of guys, and there's a guy outside of it mortaring the shit out of you, and it just isn't fun. I tried it maybe 4 or 5 times, and I just thought, balls. I restarted the chapter, and it wasn't cool. But this moment as well, because there's so many torque bows around, one of the really good strategies is to give your team as many torque bows as you can. If you find the boomers, give them a boom shot. Make sure they've got better guns than they start with. It's something I'm not going to do because, like I've mentioned on a previous video, it pissed me off how effective they were, and I felt like I wasn't doing anything, so I actually stopped it. Oh, boo. Just what I like to see. And if anybody's wondering, you can get a boom headshot on this game. People used to say they got them on the old games, but you couldn't do it. It was just a rumour, it was bullshit, it was people just, telling fibs. On this game, you definitely can. I have done it to the armoured Cantuses, and it is satisfying as hell. Oh my goodness, it's good. It's really good. You'll be expecting some montages with that in it, because it feels brilliant. But keep moving your way up here. They do have a height advantage on you, but the cover's superb. And the majority of them have torque bows, so they'll just be charging that shit and it'll be dead easy to see. But this bit here, a train's going to pull up and 2 doors are going to open. So if you put your grenades on and you know where the doorways are, you can throw them to try and get some preemptive kills. It can be a little tricky, and I have been lanced and killed while I was throwing grenades because they just got on target super fast and it was game over. Wow, I nearly died then. You've got to be so careful at close range with these guys because they just don't mess about. They are the elite when it comes to the Locust, and they damage you like hell. So pray for the guys with the torque bow so they stand there smiling with a nice glowing weapon for 10 seconds before they fire it. Everybody else is a threat. There's one guy left now to the edge of this train, and he's on a turret, and instead of killing him, you can kill the... Wow, see that? He does some serious damage. I think this is the part I mentioned. It is. So, in an older video, I think it was at the start of the Bon Voyage level, I said I was going to pop out of cover while I was injured and fire a torque bow and kill the guy in a turret, and I didn't. And then I thought later on it was the one with the sniper rifle, and it wasn't. That was the bit I was thinking of. I do not recommend doing that unless you're confident in your ability with the torque bow, because that dude will kill you in seconds. Unbelievable. But there's Adam's pearly tones anyhow. Keep moving through here. Do you see that box there? Suspiciously stacked with the metal cargo. If you chainsaw it, there's a lovely ammo cache behind here. And shotguns, ammo, all sorts of stuff. And a one-shot. Get the ammo, leave the one-shot. You're going to be getting in a silverback soon, and it makes the rest of this level an absolute cakewalk. And there are also, I think, one more silverback scattered around this mission, which you can pick up that's also going to make the next part even easier. And I actually thought that the silverbacks were going to be more prominent, and I'm kind of happy that they're not. Maybe there are a few secret ones I might have missed that you can find that make everything a lot more easier than it has to be. If there was one of these against the last boss, it would definitely make that a hell of a lot more interesting. In fact, aside from the last boss being big and epic, it is kind of repetitive, and it would have been nice to have different phases to it. I don't know, just something a little different, because it kind of just... You get into this repetition of shooting her mouth till she falls and then hitting her with the Hammer of Dawn, and to me, doesn't really cut it. It looks good, it's epic, there's some fantastic music, but that aside, it's a bit weak. Especially with how hard it is, because there were people that cried about Ram on Insane because the dude was a ninja. He just absolutely obliterated you. This boss is up there with Ram because it's equally as broken at times. It just doesn't feel possible. But I would prefer this over that stupid Lambent Brumark on the second game where you just Hammer adorned it for 5 seconds and then you got a cutscene, because that was anticlimactic, and there's nothing worse than getting to the end of the game and not feeling like you've achieved something. There's no penultimate moment, there's no fulcrum. You need that apex to feel like you've surpassed something, to feel like you got what you aimed for. But when you come out here, aside from it looking goddamn sexy, I love how the palm leaves are swaying in the wind, and there's the parallaxing background with the clouds on it and the rain, and it just looks lovely. But down here there's a Theron guard and there's a boomer, and that guy sat on that turret for far too long, and it ended up with his face being turned into Swiss cheese, because this thing does not mess about. And once you've killed them, if you move past down here towards the beach, to my left there's going to be a little bit of a ravine. It's like a trench, and there's going to be a bunch of locusts that will spawn on the opposite side of it, and along with them will be a reaver. And the reavers are easily the most challenging thing in this part of the level, because the rocket does massive damage, they take a beating, and they maneuver pretty quickly on this game. They seem super eager to move, and I never had that problem on the second one. But just dispense of the Therons any way you want. I decided to use the missiles because they're definitely something I don't use often because the reload's so horrific. But it'd be cool if you could unlock a mutator that gave everybody silverbacks. That would be super funny. Because the mutators for arcade mode are such a fantastic idea, ripped directly from things like Halo and maybe other games, but they're the hardest things on the game to unlock. It's such a stupid mechanic. It's like some of even the simplest ones, like get 1,000 headshots, you know, suck 1,000 dicks. It's just madness. I don't understand why they would have such a cool feature and then make it extremely difficult to get. Because what's going to happen is, you're going to play the game so much that by the time you get the arcade mutators, you're not going to want to play, because you're going to have seen the game, and you're going to be sick of it. And it's kind of counterproductive if you ask me. I'm all for unlockables, but have them unlockable during a playthrough of the campaign or something. Have it, you know, like the teasing stuff for tasting each of the game modes. Don't have it get $10 million in Horde or whatever summon them are. It's just unbelievable. This section here, there's a guy going to start mortaring you. If you do not get in this cave, it is game over. Once you're in the cave, there's a boomer and there's a bunch of just normal locusts. And unfortunately, and there's wretches as well, they will hurt, be careful of those. The problem with the silverback is even though you're armoured and you're more resilient than you normally would be, you are not immortal. You will get your shit pushed in just like you normally would if you let it. The difference between being on foot and being in the robot though is you have such an amount of firepower that you generally put anything down before it has a chance to kill you. And this is the area that I couldn't get to on foot because it's pretty damn crazy without that machine, I'll say that much. And if you're decent with the silverbacks, you can generally keep them until the game tells you to get out. And the subtle ways for the game to do that are generally when it throws a ladder at you, or it throws a mantle spot that the robot can't climb up. Which is kind of gay, but I do understand balance issues. They don't want you breaking the game by running into a tough situation and shitting on everyone's face with a robot. But here's the mortar guys. I'm not even shooting at him, and I should be, because that guy can get a shot off and end the day. He's extremely dangerous. So just keep pushing forward, keep shooting. Be careful of the barge. The barge will shoot at you, and as per usual, it's an insta-kill, and it's a pain in the ass. This could be a good opportunity to get the achievement for killing the guys. Oh no, sorry, my bad, wrong area. But just keep killing people. I'll completely kill that conversation. And if you come down to the right down here, you will move into a trench. And what it's about here is you walk all the way around and find out that there's a blocked entrance, so you can't go any further. And instead, the game wants you to go somewhere else. Actually, I might be in the wrong bloody area here. Yeah, I don't think I've circled around far enough. That's the trench you need to be in, what I'm looking at. But you find a dead end, and all you have to do is turn around and go back the other way, and a bunch of boomers are going to open the gate with the star on it. And it makes things extremely simple. Do not get out of your machine when the boomers turn up, or you can be instantly killed. And if your machine is weak, you want to move because the boomers can kill you as well. I actually fucked this part up by accident. It was kind of funny actually, because the door started opening. I remembered that boomers were turning up, and I switched to the rocket form to fire some missiles and kill them quickly. And the guy started reloading, didn't he? So I got hit by 2 boom shots, it instantly killed me, and I was all the way back at the checkpoint, which kind of pissed me off, but the checkpoint's only down here, so it's not exactly the end of the world. But enjoy the silverback while you have it, because you don't get it that much on the level. And the real challenging starts when you're out of the machine, obviously. But this is a long chapter. It's a 15-minute long one, so it's definitely got some heft to it. And there are, I believe, 6 chapters to the final act, and the last few of them are some of the longest on the game. But yeah, this is it. This is the 11th hour. We are finally here. We'll finally reunite Marcus with his father, and hopefully get some answers. So you push through here. The door starts to open, and 2 broomers will show their face. There they are, just chilling out. Boom! And just melt their faces with your Troika gun hand thing. And just keep pushing forward. And now we can traverse to the train turret from the Maelstrom generator. And turning off the Maelstrom is an interesting section. When I played it on co-op, I found it a hell of a lot more difficult than I did on my own, but there's one part of it where I get super lucky, and it's kind of all about bullshit. Not a fan personally, but it's just how the cookie crumbles. This is where the game takes the silverback off you, because you cannot mantle over the train lines, to my knowledge. But it's not the end of the world. There's a couple of really cool firefights coming up, so... And as fun as the robot is, it's a hell of a lot more fun on foot, I do believe. Just keep gunning, just keep shooting. And one thing that really bugged me on this game is your bloody teammates' affinity for throwing smoke grenades. The AI can see through smoke. You can't. It's just bullshit. The amount of times I've been tagged heavily because of smoke, because of fucking Sam and a goddamn Australian habit of throwing smoke grenades. Maybe it's something that you learn over there in the bloody Ooh! There you go. That is the boom shot execution. I think that's the first time I actually did it as well. Pretty cool stuff. There's a lot of executions on this game. The only problem with it is, unless you're in the campaign, you can't do them till you unlock them, and that's kind of gay. There's a lot of stuff on this game that I think is kind of gay, but what can you do? It's how it was intended. So if you just run up here, There's a nice little scary moment where a train starts coming on the line, but as long as you're already running, I don't think it should give you any problems. If it does, you weren't quick enough. It's that simple. You just have to be a little quicker. And this is pretty much the end of the first chapter here. So the next one is significantly tougher, so look forward to that as we try and turn off the generator and let Cole, Baird, and Jack back in. But I'll explain more about that when we get there. So as always, people, thanks for watching. I hope the guide's helping. If you like my videos, it really does help. It's nice to see as well. It gives me a nice spring in my step. If you subscribe, you're a legend, and I will be praising you on another Legends list. But as always, thanks for watching, and you take care now.